Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. This is your daily forecast for Saturday, October 2nd. Wow. Okay, we're already in October, guys. Fall feelings all around. I woke up at 3 a.m. to a thunderstorm this morning. Thunder and lightning. Everything was frightening. Galileo, Galileo. Anyway, let's see what this is. You guys know the drill. It's a broad spectrum reading intended for a lot of people, all signs. Take it when you see it rather than when it's originally created for. So take the message rather than the date. Don't get caught up in the date. If you're seeing one of my videos and it's dated for a different date, you might be ready for the message that lies within. Check out the drop-down menu on the videos. In there, it gives you all of my information, questions you may answer, questions you may have. Please leave a question or comment on the video. I do read them all and appreciate them. Share the channel out with your friends. Hit that like button, that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. So let's see what's going on with this October reading. And our card today is, the moon. God, we're getting like these really sort of spooky cards. Not that the moon is this bad card, but the moon can indicate like confusion, sometimes indecision, being emotionally pulled in different directions, not knowing what to do. It's major arcana, which is a good thing. And the moon always wants to sort of teach us, right? Or I say strengthen us. Anything that, like, to me appears to be bad is actually for our own good, ultimately. You know, I do believe that in the world. And, you know, we look back on things, there's that phrase, hindsight is 2020. And so generally when we go through something really, some sort of trial or tribulation, we're usually the better for it in the end. We're somewhat stronger, more intelligent, wiser, smarter, all of that. When I look at this moon, there's a scarcity to this, right? This wolf on the garbage can, interesting depiction. I love MJ's work. It just feels like even in this scarcity, he's sort of setting this fish free, if you can see that, right? He's almost losing his opportunity there, but somebody else is gaining the opportunity from this situation. The moon always has this sense of not like a lack of clarity, right? Like we can't necessarily see everything as clearly as we would like, or things don't feel as normal as they should. We're not as, you know, in a state of comfort as we prefer to be, right? But again, that's sort of the challenge that the moon presents to us. If we're in a situation right now that feels emotionally overwhelming, challenging, frightening even, you know, the moon indicates that that's okay. We're exactly where, oh, this is from yesterday. Sorry, I didn't pull this down. That's okay. We're exactly where we need to be, right? But does that make it any easier to be there? Not necessarily, right? The moon indicates that we need to listen to the more truer voices within ourselves, right? And what I mean by that is our intuition, our gut, our true feelings about a situation, even if they don't make sense to other people. You know, sometimes the moon asks us to kind of dance or follow a path that is less populated or misunderstood. And we have to be like, okay, uh, are you sure about this? But it's definitely, to me, it's like a discussion that happens amongst ourselves, right? Or a faith that we have to place in our own intuition or in our own internal guidance, our own higher power, right? And then allow them to guide us. Now, the interesting thing with this is that we have that stone for the week, which is angel. And when I'm saying that, I'm thinking, maybe we do have to put a little faith or trust that a situation is going to turn out okay. We may not know the answer to it. We might feel very emotionally attached to it. This situation could be very big for us, right? Because this is a major arcana card. And we could feel tossed and turned. And one day it might feel good, and the next day it feels off and not right, and it may never fix itself. It may never right itself. But the truth of the matter is the moon is still guiding us. That voice within us is still there. We have to like kind of clear away the clutter and listen to it, right? And sort of follow it, have faith in it. And take notes or indications, action when we feel that we have that clarity, right? We may not feel that we have that clarity a whole lot with this card. But there are opportunities here. That fish is sort of escaping in the card. And so to me, it's not all wrong or bad, although it may feel, and I say feel because it is the moon card. Moon is associated with the signs of Cancer and Pisces, both water symbols, water signs, so highly emotional and also highly intuitive. So, we may feel tossed and turned, or our heart may be telling us one thing, but our internal guidance, our intuition might be saying another, and we have to listen to probably more so that internal guidance, you know. There could be somebody in our life that we care very deeply about, that we love to death, but they're not, something about them is off. It's not right, and we're not sure why, and we can't figure it out, and it's making us uncomfortable. I mean, that could very much be a moon scenario, right? And so we become confused because we're like, well, how do I treat this person? What do I do? How do I change this? Well, I don't really want to make a change because I love this person, or I don't want to offend this person, or I don't want to do the wrong thing, right? But the truth is that something needs to be done. The moon is sort of because it's major arcana card, it's a bigger moment here. There's a decision that's being pushed to be made in a way, right? But ultimately, if you listen to that higher guidance, that decision will get made and not all is lost. That's the feeling that I need to say there. Now, for the oracle card, we have wildflowers. Pretty positive oracle card. To me, when I look at wildflowers, I feel like there's a rebirth here. There's a newness, even though there might be a sketchiness or a worry with the moon that comes along. The moon card can be very worrisome, or us, like expressing us being very worrisome. Wildflowers to me is sort of like they cannot be tamed, right? They kind of grow, they're beautiful, they're untamed, they're sort of like in a weird way, they're kind of this miraculous thing of beauty that just pops up out of nowhere and is unfettered in its growth. So to me, it feels like there could be a new chapter on the other side of this emotional upheaval or confusion that we might be having, and we just need to allow it to be free. Don't try and hold on to it. Don't try and control it. Allow the feelings to come up when they come up, and allow them to sort of bloom to indicate or teach you in some way, and then allow them to bloom into something new, right? The bouquet of wildflowers to me is also a present in a way. It's a beautiful gift that is being given to us, even if we can't see that right now due to the emotional confusion we might be in with whatever the situation is that we're dealing with. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So let's see what the grounding stone is. And this is something we want to ground in today while we're working with this sort of emotional whatever that we're dealing with. So the word is wisdom. It is on obsidian, which obsidian is a dark stone, which that's not a bad thing to me. Obsidian wards off negativity, right? So finding our wisdom, grounding in our own internal wisdom. The darkness of the obsidian actually takes me to the darkness of the moon card, right? There's a truth that is within us, within our intuition, within our deeper sense of knowing that we need to trust even in the face of adversity or emotional confusion. Does that make sense? And when we do that, I think that it opens us up to new possibilities for growth, i.e. those wildflowers, right? So there's opportunities to learn new aspects of ourselves, see new, more beautiful perceptions of who we are and how we operate, all of that. And that also helps to cultivate that sort of sense of self-wisdom of who we are and what we're capable of and how well we deal with maybe adversity, challenge, emotional upheaval. Does that make sense? We don't have to lose the plot here at all. We can actually ground in what we know to be true and trust that and use that as our guide. We might hear from others around us that that's not the way you do it, but you know what? That's others around us. That's not necessarily us. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys. I think that it does make sense to me, certainly. Sometimes people with the best of intentions will want to give us advice that works for them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for us in our life, right? Sometimes we need to find it for ourselves or within ourselves. And I feel like that's what's going on here. And it is there for you. That's what the wildflowers would represent. It is very much there for you. But it's like trusting ourselves over everything else is the key here. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video out. I appreciate each and every one of you that tunes in. Leave me a question or comment. I will read them. And, have a wonderful day today, you guys. don't resist whatever's going on for you. Allow yourself to be taught by it, okay? All right, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.